How y'all doing, everybody? I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are doing great. This is Set here, also known as Lucifer, also known as the King of Hell, also known as the High Evolutionary, also known as King the Conqueror. So today, we're going to talk about how to defeat Illuminati love spells. We're going to talk about how to defeat Illuminati love spells, man. So, I'm being attacked presently by some kind of Illuminati love spell thing. I'm not sure if it's a spell or if it's just the Illuminati mobilizing themselves because I'm telling too much secrets and too much truths and shit like that, because that might be the case too. But just in case, better safe than sorry. Just in case, we're gonna reveal some more secrets that they don't want you to know. Some powerful magic that you're probably already practicing or not. It depends on the person. I don't know. So first thing you gotta understand that when they practice these love spells, the point is to make you feel like shit. That's the point. The point is to make you feel like shit. The point is to make you feel like you're not good enough or people hate you and shit like that, right? Which is a horrible thing. It's not a laughing matter. It's not funny. It's a horrible thing. These guys should be put in jail. I don't know why it's taking so long, but whatever. The problem with that is, I guess the reason why white people are very forgiving. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. White people are very forgiving. White people have lived with power for a long time. So they're used to people not liking the fact that they have power, right? And bless their souls, they're not necessarily evil. So white people will not use their power against just any random normie that walks down the street. White people will use their power when it's a fucking time to use their power. Right? They're not going to use their power for every single fucking, Dumbo that walks out here, right? So they have grown with the philosophy of just ignore him, right? And I feel like that's the reason why the Illuminati is not in jail, is because white people just decide to ignore them, right? Because we have better things to do than the stupid shit that these people are doing. So anyway, I have grown to feel a little bit like that. I just fucking ignore it. I just a little bit, not necessarily, but sometimes I do fucking just ignore the little people. Like I ignore the little people. Let them eat cake. Like Marie Antoinette said, just let them eat cake. They want some fucking cake, let them eat the fucking cake. You know what I mean? But the thing is, so all jokes aside, love spells are supposed to make you feel like you're a piece of shit. Right? That's the point. That's the point of a love spell. A love spell is the ultimate goal of a love spell is to make you feel like shit. It's to break your heart. They want to break your heart. They want to break your mentality, break down your mentality, break down everything, right? Which is laughable at best. If you are a spiritual entity, it's laughable at best. But unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are not spiritual entities, and they do fall for that shit very easily. And it's messed up. It's very fucked up. It's a horrible thing to do to somebody. It's very conniving, you know. Very petty and conniving. So, but we're going to talk today on the standpoint of a spiritual person, because I do understand that probably the people that watch my videos are not mystics. I understand that. I understand that people that watch my videos are not spiritual entities. I understand that too. But the thing about my channel is, I just got here, right? So there's already thousands and thousands of videos that explains the process of becoming a mystic. So I will not do videos talking about the same thousands of things that's already out there. I'm just gonna get lost in the sea. So I have to bring something new to the table. I gotta bring something new to the table if I really want my channel to grow. If I want some views, I gotta make it interesting. I gotta make it spicy. I gotta make it dangerous. You know what I mean? I gotta make it. I just gotta make it. So anyways. So this is for the mystics and the spiritualists out there. You know, because I'm pretty high level. I'm pretty high level. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna, as much as I want to, as much as I want to lie and say that I'm not that high level, I'm pretty fucking high on the fucking scale. You know, I'm like a T-Rex. I'm like the apex predator. I have no predators. In spirituality, anyways. In spirituality, I have no predators. So anyways, and I say that, and it sounds off and awkward, and it sounds like bullshit too. But you have to understand, like, when you are on a specific level or echelon, you have some responsibilities that come with that echelon. So you can't, like, as much as you would like to, like, have hope for everybody and shit like that, and just tell yourself, oh, they'll figure it out and shit like that. That's not true. They're not gonna figure it out. There's a reason why you are who you are. There's a reason why you are who you are. At the end of the day, regardless of what you do, there's a reason why you're doing it. No pun intended, no offense meant. There's a reason why you're doing it. There's a reason why you're on that level, right? And one of those reasons is to let the flow go through you. You have to let the flow go through you. You have to let the energies go through you, and you have to spew out that energy also, right? It has to come within you, and it also needs to be released, right, by you. So you can't just sit there and be like accumulating and not bring it out. You have to bring it out. And I believe that the reason why some people don't want to flourish themselves in public is because of a lack of confidence. It's because of a lack of confidence. They might be a little bit scared that people might judge them or see them for something else or whatever, whatever, right? So they hold all that flourish inside of them instead of spreading it out, right? So I'm trying to, the reason why I have this YouTube channel is because I'm trying to flourish the energies that come through me. That's basically what I'm doing. You might want to believe me or not, but most of my videos are channeled messages. They start off with me speaking, and at some point, if you're wise enough, you can literally see where it's not me speaking anymore. You can easily see where it's not me speaking anymore. It's like it comes from another dimension. So Because some of the things I'm not gonna like I have access to what we call the Akashic records, right? So I don't even plan what I'm gonna say before I say it. Like I just press play and it comes out like water, you know. So, and I've always done that. You know, I don't need to think. You know, so what I'm trying to say, what am I, where am I getting at here? What am I getting at? What I'm saying is the reason why I'm speaking to mystics and spiritualists is to encourage them to keep going forward, to keep doing what they're doing, and to believe in themselves too, and not to think that they're not seen, or they're not known, or they're not aware enough, or things like that. Because sometimes there's things that happen in your spiritual practice that are not learned in books, and sometimes not even by another teacher. It's a thing where, oh, this, you literally have to sit down next to another spiritualist and be like, oh shit, man, this thing happened to me the other day. Is that normal? And the other guy's like, oh yeah, man, that shit happened to me too. And that's how it becomes a thing. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes that is how that happens. So that's why it's important to flourish. That's why it's important to flourish, because you never know if it is just your imagination, or you did get it wrong, or that it's an important, valuable lesson that you need to pass on, so that other people might be like, oh yeah, man, that fucking shit happened. I thought it was just me. No, it's not just me. That guy said it too, so it's not. You know what I mean? So that's the importance of flourishing. It also provides, it's also another form of communication. It's not just to show off. It's not just to be like, I'm the best, or blah 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 blah. No, it lets us know about the level that we can't attain, right? Because if there's one master that achieved a certain level, right, and that's the master that everybody fucking listens to without no fucking doubt, that's a limit. We just literally limited ourselves. Right? If we stop there, it's like Bruce Lee, right? It's like Bruce Lee was everybody's kung fu master on the entire planet, and nobody would try to do anything more than Bruce Lee or less. That would be the limit. Bruce Lee would be the limit, right? So there would be nothing higher than that. That would literally be like infinite. That would mean Bruce Lee is infinity, right? He's an absolute. It's a constant through time and space, right? Of course, that's great for Bruce Lee, but is it really good for humanity? And also, is it the limit? You know, it's not just, assuming that there's more than Bruce Lee. You have to ask yourself, can there be more than Bruce Lee? Is it a possibility that there is more than Bruce Lee? Or is Bruce Lee it? You have to ask yourself the question. So what I'm talking about right now is living in a society, living in a human experience, not a society, living in a human experience where you never even ask yourself if there's more than what you were taught, right? So that's the reason why I'm a jerk. That's the reason why I'm being a jerk. So you can go past what you thought was the limit, or try to achieve the limit that you thought in your mind was the limit, but you thought you were not able to reach because maybe you thought that was impossible, or blah 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 blah, right? Could be anything. So if I say it and then somebody else, but if I say it and then another person says it, and then another person says it, well, your belief system is now going to grow, right? It's not going to be limited. It's going to be limitless. Maybe I am a limit. Maybe I am a limit. Who knows? Maybe there's more than me. I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't. I am asking myself the question, and I hope there is. I hope there is. So seek and ye shall find, is what they say. So back to the Illuminati love spells. Back to the Illuminati love spells. How to cheat love spells. How to break the spirit of the spirit that is trying to love spell you. First off, I'm going to try and make this video shorter than 2 hours. First off, you need to understand that as a spiritual entity, you are capable of walking between planes of existence. You're capable of walking between planes of existence and parallel universes and different timelines, right? So you need to understand that you are always loved. You might not feel love right now. And I am talking about like real love. Even sexual attraction love, right? As a dark magician, as a person that have chosen to embrace the darkness and carnal pleasures, I sometimes answer a love spell with crude show of sexuality. I'm going to put it that way. Reason why? Because I am aware that as a person that has access to infinite timelines, as a person that has access to infinite timelines, that means I have access to an infinite amount of women, right? And there is a form of telepathy that you can build with women. There's a form of telepathy, natural telepathy, that you can form with women. So you can grow an antenna, no pun intended, no offense meant. You can grow an antenna, and this antenna, as much as you would hate it to be so, this antenna is built with love, right? With appreciation and love. So the more appreciation and love you have for women, the more appreciation and love the global consciousness, the astral form consciousness of women have love and appreciation for you. And in some of those timelines, some of these women might love you. So when you're manifesting, so the thing is, if you're already, you can use the current partner that you are with to break a spell. I already told you that. You can also use a manifestation that you are working on to break the spell also. And it's super easy. It's barely worth a mention. It's barely worth making a video about it, right? But it's easy as speaking to the manifestation that you wish would come towards you, because some of us are capable of having telepathic messagery happening between you and your manifestation, right? But that also can be hijacked The telepathic messaging can also be hijacked, right? It happens, but it is easy as finding that lover into the ether that is laying within the ether. And you have to understand that as much there is a timeline where you are already having intercourse with this dream girl or dream man, right? um I feel like in the case of, because magic is scary, magic is a scary thing. And unfortunately, for some reason, I feel like when I have these conversations, I'm mostly speaking to male figures and not female figures. But I'm not a female, so I don't know how females think necessarily. But I do feel, because I have seen women manifest men in their lives. I have seen that. But I don't feel like women actually take the time to delve deeper within this Shakti energy that we are speaking of. I feel like, because we have to understand, women are always the first one to be shamed for being overly sexualized or overly sexual, hypersexual, right? A man has the right to be hypersexual and he's seen as the god of gods. But if a female is hypersexual, she's seen as like nothing, right? And I feel like that lack of self-confidence stemming from this societal aesthetic notion of what a female should be, which is completely wrong and probably way worse than we actually think. Because of that, there's a certain aspect of the magic that they are not accessing. And when I do speak like that, I feel like the female counterpart does not necessarily completely feel included. And it's not that she doesn't feel included, it's she's fearful of the magic, but she does not understand that the magic is her. This entity that you are calling forward towards you cannot hurt you because you are the one in command of it. You will only receive what you ask for. You're never going to receive something you didn't ask for. So you should never be afraid of receiving, but you should be wary of the other entities that are against you. So you should develop psychic abilities that will let you know if somebody is trying to attack you. You should open your third eye. You should open your third eye in order to know if somebody is trying to attack you or is trying to ruin a connection that you are trying to establish with any form or subject, whether it is financial, relationship, and whatnot, and even social. Because you can go somewhere, because that's the thing about magic, it can alter your reality. It can alter your reality. So when you go at a meeting, a meetup, and people are acting weird, it's not necessarily their fault, and it's definitely not your fault. But you have to be aware that it is going on, right? So that you don't form some kind of hatred towards humanity, some kind of involuntary hatred. I'm not saying I hate everybody, so you know, like, But you don't want to form an involuntary hatred, because that will ruin your manifestation. And that is the point of the curse. The curse is not there to fucking kill you and shit. Like, no, it's trying to kill you from inside and not from outside, right? Because the inside death is worse than the outside death. When you're dead inside, it's worse than being dead in, what I mean? Like, because a person that dies, that has never been cursed, that's never been harmed, that person's still alive. That person is 100% still alive, bro. Like, that guy is not dead in any shape or form. But someone that was abused and has not grown out of the abuse, has not realized themselves out of the abuse, that person might die for real. That person could die for real. So of course that's a bit of an exaggeration, because I do tend to think that the gods do protect people that are being abused. I feel like the gods are more steadily, readily there for people being abused than regular ass fucking people, right? So, but not everybody has the ability or the tendency to see the gods, even if they're there or not. Some people would call them angels, or they'd say, oh, it's God that did this, blah, 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 blah. No, you have the gods are watching us. And sometimes, and not all the time, sometimes we look back at them, right? So in some cases, a person could actually die. And especially in cases where the abuse is kind of like a magical abuse, where it's trying to completely and utterly destroy your soul, destroy your personality, not let you breathe, put you in a cage, in a Luciferian cage, in a Christian cage, in a Christian prison, right? In those times, it is imperative to open your eyes, to be able, open your third eye, not your two eyes, your third eye, and able to notice these actions being taken, because you can see curses. You can see curses, but you need knowledge in order to see a curse. You can even feel it coming before it comes, right? I can tell when somebody's getting prepared to curse me before they curse me. Like, I know, like, not all the time. Sometimes it just fucking happens. But sometimes I know that somebody's preparing to curse me. I can feel when somebody is cursing me. I can see when the curse is, I can see the curse, right? I can speak to the curse. I can uncurse the curse. I can unbind the curse. I can do a whole bunch of shit, but that's because my third eye is open, because I'm able to see. You have to know what the problem is in order to fix it. If you don't know what the problem is, you can't fix it. So anyway, you are a walker of infinite timelines. So that means you have access to an infinite amount of people that you cannot see. You can't see 9 million people, but there's more than just 9 million people on the planet. There's more than just one planet. There are an infinite amount of people of all shapes, sizes, and kinds, which are all accessible to you right here, right now. You can shift your reality. There's some things I can't say that I'm not going to say, but you can shift your reality. And when you are practicing like effervescence magic, right? Sex magic and effervescence, because effervescence is like with the self, love magic with the self, and sex magic is with the partner, which are both the same, because you can manifest using effervescence. Some people actually practice manifesting with effervescence, but you can also fight a curse using effervescence. And I do mean fight, because I don't think it's going to break the curse, but it could. It depends on how strong your effervescence magic is, or what technique you're using. Me personally, I understand. Me as a dark magician, I have no qualms walking into a harem of women to make love to. I don't see a problem with it. You know, it's spiritual harem, not a real one. Although I would walk into a real harem, but you know, like most guys would. But it depends. You know, like a harem of clean and well treated women that are not forced to be there. Yeah, I would totally go there. Obviously, you know, like, you know, duh. But that's not the point. The point is. The point is, I have no qualms walking into that. And you have to understand. I mean, like, I call it a harem, but that's kind of disrespectful. It's kind of disrespectful. It's more than that. It's a whole lot more than that. It's more spiritual than that. It's more grandiose than that. It's a there is a I am in constant love making with reality and women. Like right now, I am having sex at this moment as I speak. Like I am fucking. I'm fucking something. You know, like you know, I am. You know, I'm in there. You know, so I'm kidding. I'm fucking around here. But as a dark magician, dark magicians don't really have restraint in those cases. You know, and some might, because of personal values and principles. I don't necessarily agree with those values and principles, but I respect them. It's okay. It's your business. There's nothing wrong with it, I think. But me, that's my personal way of conducting my life. That's my thing. It's just my thing, dude. It's just I'm just like that. I'm that kind of person. So, and I'm not just being crude for the sake of being crude. The reason why I am capable of accessing this continuous and infinite lovemaking, incessant lovemaking, is because of the love that I have for not just women, but reality. You know, I love the ether. I love the magic. I appreciate the gods. I even love them. I love spirit. You know, and I love women. And to me, all those things are interconnected, right? Reality, women, gods, it's all connected. Everything is connected. You come out of the womb, you know, and then another one is born, and then you die and another one is born. So it's an infinite time loop. So women are a tremendous key to power. Women are actually a tremendous key to power, and not every unfortunately we have lost the texts and knowledge and teachers that were capable of explaining to us the universal power that is locked and hidden within the female embodiment and energy, right? And only a few of us are aware of this. And even though we are aware of this, it's not we can barely practice it because of the massive brainwashing that was laid upon women. So it's not even, we can't even, like, sometimes we can, sometimes we can, but it's almost, I wouldn't suggest it. I wouldn't suggest it. It's a hard work. I think it's good work, but it could be dangerous. It could be a dangerous work. It's not something that just anybody can just, I don't think just any couple can just like, oh yeah, let's achieve power. I don't think that's I don't think it's that easy, like it's dangerous. It's dangerous. But regardless, love spells, when you make them walk into your world, because you have to understand what I'm speaking of right now is your own universe. It's your own power, right? It's your own power. So now you're not, because when you are letting yourself curse, or when you are perceiving the curse, that means you're in the world that the curse is trying to project to you, right? But, and that's, whatever. But you can also choose to make the curse walk into your universe, which I should not suggest. I would suggest to actually not, use your power, but don't let the curse spend too much time in your astral realm. Don't let the curse spend too much time in your imaginarium and creativity and shit like that. Do not give them access to such things, because they will try to ruin that too. Eventually, they will get used to the universe, and they will affect that universe too. So, what you want is to do things here and there, apart from your smudging and, amulet wearing and charging and crystal work and stuff like that, and herbals and blah blah blah. That is also another technique that you can use, but that's a very powerful technique that you're using, by the way. It's a very powerful technique that you can use, and you are fighting one reality by objectifying your own reality upon the reality that is supposedly supposed to come to you. So you're basically showing the other reality that is being thrown at you that is not real, by throwing your own reality. So that's kind of a flex. So that's why you don't necessarily want to show that kind of thing, because it's still a flex. It's not like a 1-2 punch. It's more of a flex. So, but it's good to do. And the reason why it's good to do is because you might want to smudge and use amulets and crystals and blah blah blah, but you're still a person, and you have to make yourself feel good. Like, an amulet doesn't necessarily make you feel good. It doesn't change your reality. It protects you from the entity, but it doesn't change the ideas that's in your mind. And when you want to change the ideas that's in your mind, you have to see reality. And the reality is that there is no reality. Reality is relative to the beholder. So that's the reality. So whatever reality that you're looking at is not real. It never is, because you're the one that creates reality as you go along. So even the curse that you're seeing, you're the one creating the curse, right? And when you know that you're the one creating the curse, that means you have power over the curse. That also means that the curse can't affect you, because you're the one creating whatever the curse is trying to create. So, like I've stated before, this is like a judo flip, right? It's like judo, like it's these people entities. There are, especially for in the case of the Illuminati, they are trying to use your own strength against you, right? They're trying to use your own strength against you. It's like I've said before, if you're uh going through a spiritual awakening and um you're entering the fourth dimension, which is the place that everybody fucking hates, especially when they're starting to be awakened. You have to go through the fourth dimension in order to ascend to the fifth dimension, to ascend godhood, right? You have to go through this dark ass period of bullshit that is called the fourth dimension. But it's not, the fourth dimension is not necessarily a curse. It is something that the gods have said that they agree of you going through, because it's kind of a test, right? But and when you enter that, it's make it or break it, right? And some people don't make it. And there's like, I know people that have not made it, and I hope that they make it, I hope they make it, sooner or later. But there's some people that don't want to go past the fourth dimension. They are comfortable living in the fourth dimension. They're fine living in the fourth dimension. And the fourth dimension is consistent insults, slandering, fear tactics, all kinds of shit. Why is that happening? Why is the fourth dimension doing that? Because the fourth dimension is complete chaos. It's complete chaos, and it's also part of a mirror. It's it's a mirror. It's an evil mirror. It's an evil twin. The fourth dimension is an evil twin. You're like, well, how can it be an evil twin? I see like a bunch of people. Yeah, well, all those people are actually you. You are connected with everyone and everything. So if you have an evil twin, it's going to use everyone and everything against you. If it's a mirror of you, that means it has the same power, but it's just not using it the same way you would. But the reason why you're going through the fourth dimension is because, like in the Matrix, you have spiritual atrophy. You've never used your spiritual gifts before. You've never used your spiritual gifts before. So the gods give permission to the universe to make you go through a gauntlet called the fourth dimension that some people see as a spiritual awakening, the dark side of spiritual awakening, and they give the right for it to happen. So yes, it is happening on purpose, but there is a gift. There is something that you need to realize that no one can tell you. Like, nobody can tell you. Like, I make videos telling people that they are X-Men, that they have power, and blah 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 blah, right? But you don't fucking believe me. You don't fucking believe me. So that's why the fourth dimension is there, because that's the only way that you'll actually believe that shit. The only thing is, you're going through the fourth dimension, and then there are spiritual teachers here that will guide you through it. And if you're wise enough, that's what you're doing right now. You're watching YouTube videos to understand what's going on. You're reading magazines and books and articles on the internet or whatever, a friend's book that somebody borrows you, whatever, or you're buying books on Amazon or whatever, right? To understand what you're going through, the process that is happening to you. And then we can guide you out of the fourth dimension so you can attain the fifth dimension, right? And when you attain fifth dimension, you are omnipotent. You're everywhere at the same time. But you've always been everywhere at the same time. It's just you was not aware that you were everywhere at the same time, and that's why you have to go through the fourth dimension. So the fourth dimension is actually showing you what you are capable of in a very dramatic fashion, in a very drastic and dramatic fashion. So it is important to get out of the fourth dimension as quickly as possible, because it can destroy you or it can break you. I will say break more than destroy. It can break you. It can put you in a state of despair. It can put you in a state of despair where you don't feel like anything is worth it. And when you feel like that, that's where you become self-destructive, and you have self-destructive tendencies, right? You're gonna drink, no pun intended, no offense meant. You're gonna drink. You're gonna take drugs. You're gonna have self-destructive speech patterns, tendencies. You're gonna alienate would-be friends, because you would alienate would-be friends because you don't believe that anybody would like you. So before they even tell you that they hate you, you make sure that they hate you before they hate you. You know what I mean, bro? Like, shit happens. Everybody does that. Everybody's guilty of doing that, including me. Because I actually hate people. As much as I talk about love, I actually don't like people. So, but I do like people. But it's weird. I understand it. It makes sense. The gods understand what I'm saying, and other people might understand what I'm saying too. But I do like people, but I don't like them at the same time. Like, I like people, but I don't want people to know that I like them. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather hate them, than like them, because it's easier. And the world is dangerous, and people are always trying to do weird shit. So it's easier to just hate people right off the bat. And when you do meet somebody that crosses the boundary of that hate, you're kind of like, oh, well, here's a person that I actually appreciate, whatever and whatever. So you have to understand all that to explain my darkness here, and my empathic darkness, and carnal wickedness that I use as my advantage and not as a disadvantage. It's actually an advantage. My carnal wickedness can repel curses and defeat people and give me good luck and bring me nice things, and so on and so on. And it's all really just choice. It's all actually just choice. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want. But that's the thing, you can do whatever you want. So so penis magic is actually quite powerful. It is. Penis magic is very powerful. Penis magic is powerful. But you have to understand, it's not that your penis is it's not that your penis is powerful. It's you that's powerful. Because the stronger you are spiritually, the stronger your penis magic is going to be. Like, the more powerful you are, the stronger you're, what I mean? So Another case for mystics out there, for dark empaths like me, um, this is the process that some people would call succubi. And you can use succubuses to divert energies, to repel tendencies, to give yourself an emotional boost of positive energy. Um, and also, you have to understand that you don't have to limit yourself to just succubis. You can access women and not demons. You can access women the same way you access a succubi, and the same reasons you can access women for the same reasons. But it's a little bit harder to do. Still, I would suggest doing so. I would suggest to ask the universe to show you how to do the things that I speak of. And I'm not afraid to say it because it takes a specific kind of person to be able to access this sort of power. You have to be a person that actually respects and like women to be able to access this. If you do not actually respect or love women, or you have some kind of grudge against them, you won't be able to access it. And maybe the universe would try to give you access, but like, if you're watching this video and you just heard this message, don't necessarily tell yourself, well, oh shit, that means I can't do it. But it depends. You might have resentment towards women. You might have resentments towards women. You might have resentment towards men. But it depends in the case. It depends on the case, because maybe your resentment is actually from heartbreak, and not like a heartbreak that you can't or do not want to get over, right? So if you are trying to get over a heartbreak, or you are trying to get over a resentment, the universe might give you a chance, but the universe is going to put you in a process before it gives you access to that sort of power. The universe is going to put you into a process where you have to get rid of the resentment. And then it's going to give you access to that power, which might take a minute. Might take some time. So you're going to have to go through spiritual therapy. You're going to have to go through spiritual therapy. The universe will confront you with the person that you have a problem with. It will happen. Maybe not all the time, but it happens. It happened to me. So they will come until you let go of the negative energy, until you let go of the negative vibe, until you let go of all the negativity that you kept inside you because of what the person did, blah 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 blah. And once you're capable of letting it go, once the universe sees that you are ready to move to the next step, you will go through the next step towards achieving that next step. And the next step will be to show your love. The next step will be to act lovingly, And don't be afraid. You won't have to do like public gestures and stuff like that. It's a personal adventure. It's an adventure. It's all happening in your head. It's all happening in your head. Of course, it's a lot more than that, and you're gonna traverse into a universe that you have never seen before, or probably didn't even know existed. But it's all in your head at the end of the day. So don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Trust the process. And like I said before, to you dark empaths out there, you're already capable of doing this. You're already capable of doing this. It's just you need those little nudges, those little nuggets that I leave in my fucking videos to be able to access these things. You need to let go. You need to let go of a lot of things that you thought were real. You need to let go of reality. You need to lose your mind. You need to become crazy. You need to become completely crazy. You need to completely lose your mind. You need to go completely insane in order to access these things. So I'm probably gonna get shot now that I've said I'm probably gonna die after this video. If I die randomly after this video, it's probably because of this video. Oh man. I'm feeling the energy right now. But I don't want to say anything more than this. And if you guys got any question, please let me know in the comment section, because I don't want to say too much all in one go. Even though I'm feeling the energy right now, but I don't care. I'm gonna stop the video here. I've said enough. There's enough things here. I've kept out a couple things out here and there, but like I said before, if you have any questions, just write in the comment section. I will answer, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Peace out.